everybody. Thanks for inviting us into your home. We're going to talk about getting those teens off the couch and getting them working.
We are.
We're going to talk about weight loss.
Revolutionary new weight loss program.
90-10, where you can eat ice cream and cookies. Sometimes.
That's the 10.
That is the 10, although maybe we'll flip that around.
That's the problem, because right now it's the 90.
And we're going to talk about transparent leadership. Being a leader, whether it's a leader of tens or thousands or the two in your family.
What's a transparent
How to become
leadership?
a transparent leader.
What does that mean?
Well, you have to wait until we talk about that subject with Dwight Johnson.
I just want to know.
It's being see-through. It's being invisible. No, it's not.
Leader?
No, it's not. It's about being transparent. It's about being honest and genuine and authentic and real.
Now that's good. As a leader?
You better watch today's program. You know that? Jenni needs to watch today's program and find out what it's going to take.
Don't you have to kind of have this image that you got to live up to and be the hard guy and stuff?
You listen very carefully later on during this program. You might just learn a few things. You know
think?
that? Hey, we got big plans this weekend. Courtney's got a big birthday right tomorrow.
Yeah,
hey,
are you ready for it?
Hey, yeah.
You know, I love these birthdays. You know, the woman just does everything. She buys the presents, she invites everybody, she prints the invitations, she delivers the invitations, she calls the people who she delivered the invitations to see if they can come. She gets the food, she gets everybody there, everything's happening, the music, it's all the balloons, ordered the balloons, I mean, right, everything is done, and then the guy just shows up and goes, so,
hey,
are we having a party?
Birthday party. This is great. That's right.
Thank you very much.
Hey, it's time for a birthday.
Thank you.
Whose birthday is it anyhow? Anyhow. Okay, so we got 15 little girls coming over tomorrow,
and then
right?
she runs up to you and gives you a big hug. Daddy, thank you for my birthday. It was the best.
And I go, honey, I did everything I could. I hope you're happy. I'm here to make you happy.
Yes.
In addition to that, this weekend, got your bags packed?
Do I have my bags packed?
Got your bags packed?
No, I don't have my bags packed.
We're going.
We are not.
We are going.
We don't go anywhere.
What do you mean we don't go anywhere? We've been everywhere in the world. This weekend, I've booked something.
You have not.
I have, honestly, I have. After the program today, you got to go home and pack. I'm serious. We do. So,
what?
I do. I booked something. Yesterday I booked it.
You did not.
You better, or else I'm going by myself.
In 22 years, there's no way.
I booked it.
You've never done anything like this.
I know. Isn't this incredible? I'm listening to some of our guests on the program. I booked it, and we're scheduled to go. So I'm just telling you, after the program, get home, get some stuff.
After I get the balloons and the cake and the...
Well, you better go quick on that, or else you'll be left behind. Hey, they should make a movie of that. Anyhow, so I'm serious. I've got something booked.
You do not.
I am serious. I am dead serious. I have something booked. It is booked. It is paid for. It is a done deal.
Are you being transparent?
I am being very transparent and very honest. I'm serious.
Where are we going?
I can't tell you that.
You're not going to tell me?
I'm not going to tell you. But, so run home after the program.
When are we leaving?
Right after the program.
I can't do that.
Well, you're doing it. Or else I'm going by myself.
What about Courtney's birthday?
It's taken care of.
What do you mean it's taken care of?
Don't worry. Just go home and pack.
I have to be there for Courtney's birthday.
Don't worry about it. I take care of the details.
You do not. You do not take care of the details.
No, seriously, yeah. Yeah, it is. And it's booked, so we got to go. Okay, let's go on to other things. We do, seriously. Hey, let's also talk about other stuff. There's other stuff happening.
Excuse me. Where are we going?
I can't tell you where we're going, but we'll be back.
How are we going?
I can't tell you that either, but we'll be back.
By car?
Maybe.
When will we be back?
Maybe not. We'll be back. That's all I can tell you. Just pack enough clothes to just have a good time, okay? Okay, let's talk about something else. We can't spend the whole morning on that. Did you see the spelling bee thing happening?
I need more details.
I'll give you details during the break. Hey, did you see the spelling bee that happened? This little guy, okay? Sean Conley.
Yes?
Sean Conley, 13 years old. He's the winner, the National Spelling Bee winner.
Whoa.
You know where he's from?
Where's he from?
Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
You know.
Where my favorite in-laws live.
That's right.
That's right. Don't you know, eh?
Yes.
Anyhow, did you see his word? Get a load of his word.
His word?
Yeah, can you spell
I'm sure he had
this?
several words.
Here's his word. Can't even pronounce it. Succedaneum.
You watch your mouth.
I said it. That's what it said. It is succedaneum. Can you spell that one? Go ahead.
I can give it a good shot.
Go.
S-U-C-C.
Yeah.
S-E.
Next. Where's Sean? That's close.
S-I-D-A-N-I.
No. S-U-C-C-E-D-A-N-E-U-M. Do you know what it means?
U-M. No.
It's a kind of a substitute. And I knew that.
It's a substitute?
It means like a substitute. It means like in replacement of.
Why wouldn't you just say substitute?
Because we're trying to increase our vocabulary. We're trying to grow. We're trying to stimulate neurons. Succedaneum. I use it all the time, dear. How many days have I said that?
I can't think of one.
I just said it today. Anyhow, okay. So spelling bee, he got $10,000. Great guy.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So Jenni's thinking about packing, but let's talk about the teas.
I'm a little flustered right now.
I'm telling you, I got something planned. It's going to be a big knockdown, drag-out weekend.
Okay.
Now tell them about who our guests are. Go ahead, dear.
Okay. Yeah.
Get in shape.
Get in shape.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Go.
You know, all of us are trying to lose weight one way or the other. We're trying to get those extra few pounds off, whether it's working out or whether it's dieting. And Joy Bauer is our guest today, and she has a revolutionary, brand new diet.
Yeah.
It is called the 90-10 weight loss plan. She insists that if you stick with her diet 90% of the time, you can still eat those fun things like ice cream and candy bars the 10% of the time. And it is working. So you'll want to stay tuned to hear what she's got to say.
Yeah, lose a pound. You never know.
There you go.
Hey, in addition to that, you ever thought about getting your kids off the couch and getting them working this summer? Get those kids busy this summer. It might be a great opportunity for our kids to not only earn some income, but also learn some things throughout the summer. Well, today we've asked Dr. Gail Gross to come and join us and help us understand, is this the good news or the bad news? If we do get our kids working, are we robbing them of their childhood, or are we expanding their skills and helping them earn some resources? So we're going to talk to Gail about that. Gail is the host of a program called Let's Talk out of Houston.
That's right.
She's been on CNN. She has been on ABC, Fox News. She's written for Parenting Magazine.
Yes.
And she's a developmental specialist, a family developmental specialist to help us in that area.
She's going to get our kids off the couch.
Get them working. In addition to that, what about being a leader these days? What does it take to be a leader? Well, in the military, it takes some stripes. It takes an erect posture. It takes, look at those arms on those guys. They can lead anybody. What about leadership in the White House? What kind of leader do we have in the White House? Well, what about leadership in your home? As a mom or a dad with those little ones sitting on your knees, what about a leader in your home? What does it take to be a leader? Well, we have asked Dwight Johnson to come and join us, and Dwight is the author of this book, Transparent Leader, talking about being transparent and the kind of leadership that we really need to demonstrate in our families for our families to really go in the direction we want them to go.
There you go.
So Jenni's going to be listening especially to that segment.
Especially. Yes.
Hey, we're going to take a brief break where Jenni and I are going to get caught up about where we're going this weekend. It's going to be incredible. For the rest of you, watch these very important messages and come on back. The 90-10 weight loss program right after this break. I'm telling you, Jenni, this year alone, 50 million Americans are going to go on a diet. Let's
Isn't
make that
that
50 million and one. Let's add one more to that. I'm going to be there.
I'm not.
Yeah, I know. Jenni's not. I'm going to diet for both of us.
If you are, I told you I would help you with that.
Would you?
I would make whatever you need to have made and buy whatever you need.
Rice cakes and water again. No, there's a new idea. This is the latest dieting approach. It's called the 90-10 Weight Loss Program, and it's a book that's just recently been published talking about really how we can add a little bit of good stuff in there as long as you take care of the other stuff.
This program's hot because it's not all no's. There's some yeses in there.
Yes, ma'am. So let's find out what Joy has to say. Welcome to the program, Joy Bauer. Hey, Joy, how are you?
Hey. Hi, Joy.
Good to see you, Joy.
Great to have you.
Good to meet you. Have a seat. Okay, Joy, let's start off with what's the problem with all the beef that I've been eating? Anything that wants,
we can rebuild him.
I know.
If there's a cow out there, he's in trouble because I would have him for supper.
Yeah, he loved his protein diet, Joy, because it was just steaks and hamburgers and just all this meat.
Yeah, that diet's been hot for a long time. High protein, high fat. The problem is that it's unrealistic to the way that people tend to go back to eating. We love rice, we love bread, we love pasta, and all of these things.
Yes.
So what this diet does is it focuses on losing weight, eating the very same foods that people should be eating and want to eat after the weight is lost. It's realistic. It teaches you lifelong strategies.
Really? So it's not just a do this for 3 months, then go back?
Not at all. Not at all. It's really the 90-10 food strategy. 90% healthy, 10% fun. So the whole idea is if you eat a lot of the good stuff, phytochemicals, antioxidants, all the things that we know, solid science, helps to prolong wellness, fight off disease states, there's room for fun flexibility. M&Ms, chocolates, cookies, ice cream, wine, beer, whatever your favorite personal choice may be.
Okay, Joy, can we we can't get around the 3 factors that usually are behind the success of most diets, and that is my motivation, my level of motivation, what I intake, my food intake, and my degree of exercise. Is there a way around those?
There's not. You know, there's no quick fix. There's no hocus pocus or special potion that's going to knock these pounds off. You have to take less calories in, and you have to burn more calories going out. So in the end, you have to watch the amount you eat, and you have to exercise more, get out there and move more, and that's what's going to make or break weight loss, and keep it off.
This I really like, because I see a lot of the diets that are out there, and we talk about them, and you know, we do all kinds of, the books are out there. I mean, there's just tons. But a lot of them are, do this for 2 weeks, do this for 4 weeks. You're offering us a lifestyle change, one we can live with, because it's not excluding all of our fun things.
And the reason I'm so passionate about this 90-10 food strategy is because I have worked with so many eating disorder clients, binge eaters, yo-yo dieters, people that lose and gain. And you're left emotionally distraught and physically at a challenge, because each time you lose and gain, it's harder to lose again. You increase body fat, you decrease lean body mass, and you have a more sluggish metabolism. So what this plan does is it's reasonable, it's real life. It lets people know that you don't have to give up your favorite foods, but you do have to portion control them.
So that's the key. So tell a viewer, what is really the central issue, the 90-10 diet? What really is the bottom line there?
The bottom line is eating a whole lot of healthy foods, and then having some fun flexibility, about 10%, for the other foods that are not so healthy that you love. So it's prioritizing.
Give me an example of a day.
Okay, a typical day within the plan would be a whole grain cereal with skim milk and some fresh fruit in the morning.
Okay.
For lunch, it could be a turkey sandwich on whole wheat bread, let's and tomato, and maybe an apple.
Okay.
I'm getting there, I'm getting there.
Okay, that would be good.
And then for a snack later on, there might be, let's say, a frozen banana or a froze fruit pop.
Okay.
And then, or some carrots and hummus, one of the day's supplies. And then for dinner, there could be grilled fish, there could be a lean steak, some pasta or brown rice, and a whole lot of vegetables, a salad, some steamed zucchini or broccoli or whatnot. Now, the key is that at any point in the day, you are entitled to plug in your fun food allowance. And in the book, there's hundreds and hundreds of portion-controlled fun food.
So give me an example of what you could have.
A pack of peanut M&Ms, my personal favorite.
You can go to TCBY. I looked that up,
Absolutely.
page 222, right
You
there.
love
It says I can
TCBY.
have that. Right.
Without
be
the caramel sauce.
A small bag of chips. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people that have crazy, hectic work schedules or are out on the go and they stop in at a deli to get a sandwich, which is already on the plan for the healthy part, they could throw in a bag of chips, and that could be their fun food allowance.
Okay.
So you could work it in no matter where you want to work it in.
Okay, now, Joe, I see here where you kind of select the weight loss that you choose. And I guess, is that when you get on the 1,200 or the 1,400 or the
Right.
1,600 calorie plan?
There's 3 different plans within, and depending upon how much weight you have to lose, how much exercise you're willing to commit to the program, and whether you're a guy or a girl or what kind of dieting history you've had in the past, that's going to tell you which plan is right for you. Because different people lose at different speeds on different amounts of calories.
So we don't have to guess. I mean, because that's kind of difficult to go.
No.
Okay, you know, obviously, if I wanted to lose 10 pounds and Chuck wanted to lose 10 pounds,
Right.
it would be.
There's a full
Totally different.
chapter that actually walks you through all the right questions and scenarios as who's to go on what plan.
I hate to
that's
tell you, I
terrific.
went through the scenario. It was not a good scenario. I've got this BMI thing. It's got a BMI scale in there, and it had me in the obese category. I go, oh my word, it's worse than I
not
thought.
obese.
Okay,
You're
let's
not
take a look.
obese.
Let's take a look at.
You're not looking at that thing right.
Okay.
Right,
Let's take a
something's
look
wrong.
at some questions that some people
Okay.
would normally have on any diet. Do I need to load up on artificial sweeteners and diet sodas?
I am not an advocate of artificial sweeteners, but I will tell you that studies repeatedly show that NutraSweet and a new one called sucralose, they have not caused any harm as of yet in humans. So, you know, my rule of thumb is in moderation.
Moderation.
Yeah,
Water
you don't
is
want to use it
better?
as water, non-caloric, seltzers, the more the better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, how about the idea of it doesn't really matter when you eat, it's just a matter of how much you eat. Can you eat late at night as long as you don't eat in the morning?
That's a very good question, because I will tell you that there's a very interesting study that just came out from Tufts, and what it showed is that it's collective calories, and it doesn't really matter when you eat those calories.
I knew this.
Here's the thing. You really want to, for optimal control over what you eat, what you crave, and how much you eat throughout the day. Because if you eat every 3 to 4 hours, what happens is you stabilize blood sugar levels and you keep cravings under control. You also are less irritable, you're less headachy, and you have better control over choosing healthful choices and appetite regulation. So in the end, it really does make a difference, because it is collective calories, but you choose more wisely and you feel better and have better energy levels when you eat throughout the day.
Okay. That's what I was going to add to my theory.
Okay.
Of
Yeah.
course I
Are you
did.
all right with that?
Okay, so look at Joy. She's about
I know.
62 pounds, okay? And, okay, so Joy, has this been really an issue of research for you, or has this been an issue that's birthed out of your
makes you the
own
expert?
struggle, or what's the deal?
Yeah.
Well, first, I have a master's from NYU in nutrition. I'm fortunate enough to get referrals from top physicians all over Manhattan. But this book comes from the result of my clients. I have always myself followed a 90-10 food strategy. I love to eat. I'm not a nutritionist because I hate food. I really do, and I love fun food and I love healthy food. But clients have showed me that rigid, regimented plans that do not allow for personal flexibility don't work. They do really well on the plan, and then they go hard off the plan, and it's a lose-gain, lose-gain. And like I said, physically exhausting, emotionally exhausting, and it's a lose-lose. Not from the weight standpoint after the plans are off and on. So they have showed me that if you come up with a calorie cap, but you allow for personal flexibility and push a lot of healthy with some room for fun, in the end, it's long-term weight management.
There you go.
Well, it is
There you
simply
go.
called the 90-10 weight loss program, which says that you can eat 90% of what you want and then just supplement with the other 10%.
No,
I guess that's the
Chad.
other way around.
Get the
See, that's
cane.
where I go wrong. I get just a few details wrong, but I'll work those out after I
That
finish
might
the
be
whole
the
thing.
problem.
It is a book that you're going to find in your bookstore, and
It
it's
is.
one that maybe is going to get you on track and say, you know, I got a few pounds to lose. Maybe this is the great
Do it the
approach
healthy
for you.
way. It's
Joy,
great.
thanks for dropping by.
Pleasure.
So
Thank
nice to
you.
meet you.
Yeah, I'm
Thank you.
hungry.
Yeah.
I want to go
Me
eat.
too.
We're hungry, so we're going to take a commercial break. There'll be more on At Home Live right after these
Some carrot
messages.
sticks for you.
Skin. Yeah. I once had a very bad bacteria infection by using someone else's powder puff. Boy.
Well, Jenni and I are the proud parents of a 14-year-old, which is why we're getting away this weekend. And if you are the proud parent of a teenager, maybe you're also thinking, you know what? If I can't get away this weekend, maybe I need to get them out working. And there's a topic that is certainly appropriate for this season of the year.
That's right.
We've asked Dr. Gail Gross to come by. She's a developmental expert and specialist in this area, and helping us to understand, is a job right? Is a job the good news or the bad news? Well, let's explore that with Dr. Gail Gross.
Yeah.
Welcome her to At Home Live. How are
Thank
you,
you so
Gail?
much for joining us.
Welcome. Okay, Gail, working and our kids sending them off to work for the summer, is that robbing them of their childhood, or is that teaching them responsibility?
Well, we can't send them off They have to want to go. And a good way to approach it is when you know your child and you feel they're ready and you don't want them to be bored, you talk with them and listen and see what they're interested in. Many times your child will try something out that they think they might want to do for life, like interning, for example. Interning in an accountant's office or an attorney's office or in a bakery or in a restaurant, something that they may like to do. This little boy is 11 years old. He's going to be cooking for the Marriott. It was in USA Today. I mean, so children get to try things out, and that's what childhood is about, a safe place to try things for competence and feelings of capacity.
Well, I know our 13-year-old, Brittany, would like to try out being the president of IBM. I wonder if that's available this summer.
No, she wouldn't.
But you know, you may be able to find a mentoring program for her where she could work in the office as someone who just takes things from office to office, just working that way to get a feel for it. Our son did that in an attorney's office one summer and said, you know, Mom, I don't want to do that.
So it's a great so working can be more than just flipping burgers. It can be a great way to sort out the potential of this being a future employment opportunity for one. Okay, so what are the things that we need to be concerned about? What are the ages that I would consider appropriate for maybe a first job this summer?
Well, you have to, as I said, you have to know your child, how mature they are, how well they manage their responsibilities, and that means setting up in the house small tasks that they can master so that you can move them out little by little by little into the outer world. So you have to see how they do at home, cleaning tables, setting tables, taking out the trash, and then moving them a little further out into the world. And you don't want anything that's dangerous, and you want it to be appropriate to their age. And there are child labor laws. I have lists of things that children can do and can't do based on their age that are, you know, important to know legally.
Gail, how about during the school year? I know we're moving off of summer, but during the school year, we see our kids, they work because they want the income. They love to have the money to go out and spend on things that they want to buy. And so they can work somewhere 20, 30, sometimes 30-plus hours a week and go to high school and trying to fit in family life. Boy, you know, what's the caution there?
Well, you know, with child labor laws, there are wages and time allotments, and a child under 17 should not be working, or really legally shouldn't be working that much. 14 to 15, I think they're only allowed, I know, an 18-hour week.
Oh, I see.
And they have to go somewhere between 7 and 7. So you have parameters. Freedom within limits. And I always say school is the first job. The house is the first schoolhouse. Mother and dad are the first teachers. And that is how we extend children out into the larger world.
That's right.
Give them their feelings of competency and capacity.
Gail, is there anything that mom and dad should be aware of, or warning signs if our kids are working and our kids are not doing well in the workplace? Are there any kind of warning signs that we could be aware of to keep our eyes open for?
Yes. The most important thing in parenting is communication. That means we are required to listen to our children. That's the skill of communicating. Know your child. If your child is acting differently than normal, stressed, sleeping longer, depressed, we have to know our child to know what's different. Eating differently, more or less, being more social, less social. Any difference is something to pay attention to.
You know, I just saw this week that they're telling us that our kids need to get somewhere in the neighborhood of 9 hours of sleep per night. And, you know, I don't know about many kids, but boy, most of them they're living on 5 and 6 and staying up till really late and so on. So we do need to be aware and concerned as moms and dads about their sleep, about their nutrition, about the other areas of their life also.
A very favorite subject of mine. There's a great paper written by Harvard. They did a study called The Sleepless Society, and how much we need to sleep. And a growing child needs repair time and immunity time. Melatonin only is given out when we're asleep, and that keeps our immunities up. So, you know, when you look at residents in a hospital, after 12 hours of no sleep, they're really inebriated.
Sure.
And they are making hard choices under that situation.
What about, back to our kids in the job place, what about where they work? Should we as parents meet the bosses, the employers of our kids? Is it important that they know who we are, or should we kind of stay back from that?
Great question. And our parents are entitled to parent, and they're obligated to know what's going on in their children's lives. Also, children have to have a job-appropriate situation where it's safe. There are certain things under 18 that children can't do.